Hey, this is Big Papa Scott's Diner.
Yes, it is me, Gerald Zipoupe.
Hey, this is Joe Gatto.
This is Eric Young.
Well, hello there. It's me, Harold the Puppet.
This is Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, and you are listening to Shootin' Poop.
Shootin' Poop.
The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's episode number 82. Wow, 82 of Shootin' Shit. Tripod of Doom again tonight, as our own Tripod is at home sick. Hopefully he gets well soon. We miss you, Dennis. Let's go ahead and get started so we don't crack on there. I want to try shooting shit. You want to try shooting shit. What you also try is shooting shit on TikTok. I don't know about you guys, but we're kind of blowing up over there, you know?
Yeah, and the editor's pretty hot.
Well, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say that, you know, she's a very fine lady.
I can say it.
She's a very sweet woman.
She puts in very hard work
with a hot ass.
We appreciate her dearly.
Again, we cannot.
Yeah,
I can say it,
but we can't agree with you.
We're
not allowed to.
We're not married.
You can agree with her. Just do it from there. Don't do it in my face. Yeah, don't do it in front of me.
Yeah, no. So you want me to remove you so we can say it? No, I'm just joking.
No, it's all right, dude. She's just gonna bleep that out anyway.
Like I said, Triangle of Death today. Us three chuckleheads. We've got a lot to cover, man. Last week we went WWE heavy. This week all the news came from AEW, believe it or not. We are going to grandfather in the Jay White news, kind of touch on Jay White and I guess what he's calling the new Bullet Club in AEW, the Bang Bang Club, which, you know, sucks. But let's start it off. Jay White, guys, what are we thinking?
Thinking Triple H is kicking himself.
I think, yeah. I was just literally going to say, like, WWE is probably, like, shit. They had, like, one of the best free agents available in the past 2 years. Just gone. So, we'll see. But it's probably a better move anyway for him.
Yeah, the flip side of that is probably the best move for him because I think he would, you know, and it would have been another, you know, Goodfellas, Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, they don't like the smaller size guys.
Yeah, and the problem is, man, is like if you go back and check the history of it, two of their greatest champions were smaller guys, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Vince likes those beefy boys. We know he's always liked the beefy boys. Big beefy men slapping meat. But, dude, I think, honestly, Jay White to AEW makes so much sense logistically just because of the ties to New Japan. Technically, he can't wrestle in New Japan ever again because he lost that match, and he lost the match with JPW Strong with the exact same thing, which is like you can't wrestle in New Japan or New Japan Pro Wrestling. But this is like the next best thing because now you have Jay White on the roster. He could still work a Forbidden Door 2, which is going to be in Canada. He could still work the All In that's going to be overseas in Wembley. When you need big names, he's about as big as you get outside the WWE.
One and two, and I think them throwing him in with Juice Robinson and stuff, man. And I don't care what anybody says. They're doing everything they can to get that Bullet Club kind of fan base that still exists right now, like giving them something to actually cheer about. Because, I mean, let's face it, man. I mean, it's on its last legs, and it has been for a little while. It's kind of dying down. But, you know, I mean, if you're going to rejuvenate something, AEW is the place to go, because WWE is where you go to let your career die, you know, as far as what you had, the career. And I don't mean well, yeah, that too sometimes, but I mean, like, the career you had up to that point before you signed with them, it no longer exists once you get into Stanford. So, you know, like everything you did before that's just wiped away.
You get a brand new name, a brand new background, and you've never been anywhere else in your entire life but the WWE.
Yeah. And let's be honest, chances are if he signs with WWE, they'd have probably sent him down to NXT for a little bit first.
To make sure that he could cut it, yeah.
Slap in the face. That's a slap in the face to Jay White, man.
Yeah, it is. Switchblade should never have seen NXT. Honestly, I don't want to go out on a limb and say, you know, he probably signs with the WWE if the sale didn't go through, if Vince didn't come back. But I feel like that's what they were planning, dude. They were planning months of fucking storylines for this guy.
That was the story going in, that his initial plan was to sign with WWE, and then it all backed out when, you know, Vince made his little power move, man.
Well, I didn't want to get into the WWE, but we'll hit this one real quick, because talking about dear old Vinnie Mac, did y'all hear about the clauses that Endeavor put in on him? You know, any more NDAs, any more, you know, illicit behavior, and they could fire his ass. And since he's not majority owner, he can't muscle his way back in.
Dude, he ain't got to worry about that shit now. He's a billionaire. He'll have a new girlfriend.
That's why he got the Just for Men hair.
You know, he's going to have a T-shirt that says $5 mustache rides, that kind of stuff.
Something tells me that fidelity was never high on his list ever, no matter where he was at financially. So, the girlfriend theory doesn't float for me.
I think it's one of those deals where him and Linda stayed together to protect the name of the business, and, you know.
Well, I mean, he made Linda sit.
Imagine Linda had a wing. She had a wing at Titan Towers all to herself.
You knew that marriage is over whenever he made her sit in a wheelchair while he had his whole thing going on with Trish. Yeah, you know, gotta love the attitude era that we always look back so fondly upon, except for the women's wrestling part. Well,
except for most of the women, because it wasn't even women's wrestling; it was just like strippers and.
Yeah.
Hey! You keep
most of the people he pushed weren't wrestlers. Yeah.
Look here, you keep the Hall of Famer out of your mouth, Stacy Keibler. God bless her.
I'm just saying, bro.
42-inch legs that got her into the Hall of Fame because nobody changed the channel when she was on. I guarantee it.
I get you. Whatever.
That's because their hand was busy, dude.
Fun fact: did you guys actually watch the montage video for her at the Hall of Fame?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you notice what I noticed? Did you notice what I noticed in the fact that when they got to the clips of her actually in-ring wrestling, the voice said nothing about her in-ring career.
Oh, yeah.
They literally skipped over that. They might as well have just been like, oh, by the way, she fucked George Clooney for a while.
Yeah.
Like, they could have thrown that in. Like, come on.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like even with Trish and Lita, I mean, at least there it was, you know.
Yeah. They had actual wrestling matches.
You know, I mean, yeah, there was
fucking
something
main
there.
event Raw.
And all Beth Phoenix, there's another one. Like, she had a distinguished wrestling career. She should be in like the Sunny Wing, you know.
That we can't prove it, but maybe she got around because we knew Sunny got around.
Wait a second.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you know.
Is she? I was gonna say this Sunny Wing is reserved for
that's
real
special
folks.
Real special folks. You could ask Dolph Ziggler about it. Apparently, he spent 10 hours.
Real hardworking ladies
in the Sunny
Wing. I mean, you would almost say there's hardworking as those in the oldest profession in the world. You know, I don't. I'm just saying.
Put a lot of time into that craft, and I'm not talking about wrestling.
All right, now I feel bad. I even brought Sonny up. It's gonna work.
You know what? Talking about, and I didn't want to transition to this one too soon, but I mean, you brought it up. Talking about jail, Jeff Hardy
Hey,
made his return to AEW, looking pretty all right, man. You know, he could tell he got that rehab cleanse going. So
yeah, he did. He got that. I lost my license for 10 years, so I'm walking a lot, motherfuckers. Yeah. He got that look going on.
Actually had abs when he took the shirt off. I was like, oh shit, okay, Jeff.
I was like, what's up, bud?
Now he's getting paid that I got to pay off my drug dealer money. You know, so it's.
No, man, we know he's staying clean this time. I mean, you have to after the 10th.
You know what they say, the 27th time is the charm. So
hopefully
that guy's been to rehab more times than Ric Flair's carried the title.
He's doubled out on the punch card.
Wow.
His last day was already free.
You know how hard it is to get frequent flyer miles to rehab, bro?
Well, they're not from American Airlines, I'll tell you that.
His next 3 stays are free. So
talking about a place having a Jeff Hardy wing.
We're sending you to the Hardy wing. That's for our frequent flyers.
Dude, he's in there so much. He's like one of those guys in Vegas, man. He's got turned down service, buffet tickets. You know what I'm saying? Like he's eating for free.
Fuckers like Norman cheers. Jeff.
What's the Simpsons where Grandpa walks around, grabs his hat, walks out the door, comes back in the door, puts his hat on there. Yeah, that's it. Yep. That's Jeff Hardy going to rehab right there. Just whistling.
Oh shit! Hopefully he's in for the haul because I know they want to do something with the Hardys while Matt's still trying.
They walk.
Yeah, alive, I guess. So we got a few more things to kind of hit on tonight, and we're doing pretty good on pacing. So why don't we derail it? Dennis isn't here. Let's go to his question, man. Let's go to his Stirrin Shit question of the week. Give me 1 second.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time. Shootin' Shit proudly presents the Stirrin Shit Facebook question of the week.
It's better every time I hear it, dude.
I know, dude. For real. I was just sitting here thinking like the timing, everything is just.
It's crisp.
Yeah, that guy should be working on. That guy should be working on The Price is Right. He should be that guy. Like, come on down.
I fucking couldn't agree more. I mean, that is just a beautiful piece of audio recording for history right there.
Yeah.
Well,
it's guys, edited, it's quick. You don't take 15 minutes to get through.
There's no ice cream music in the background.
Questions and our questions and the boys' questions, and we're going to answer those questions. Here's the question.
Question is, and this was Dennis Day Jr.'s question this week on the Easter Sunday, went up with, what character from a TV show or movie do you think would make a great heel in pro wrestling? Before we get to our picks, we have to shout out Jerry with Thanos because, of course, why not?
Of course, yeah, man.
Alex Garcia said Negan from The Walking Dead. Negan has a certain MJF ability about him. I'd really be down with that.
A little bit. I mean, the promos would be great.
The promos would be awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
He'd be hell in death match. I'll tell you that. Let's see. We've got Walter White from Breaking Bad. I don't know how Walter White would work as a heel though, because I mean he was kind of an anti-hero.
Maybe a heel manager.
Yeah. Have that little dude with them with the raspy voice that talks like this. I don't know.
That says bitch all the time.
Yeah. I saw that dude in the fucking Need for Speed movie, which granted, I shouldn't have had high expectations for because it's a movie based off a video game. But his voice killed me throughout the whole fucking movie. It's just like a random party he's talking to a lady's like, how's the city? I'm like, oh, God, sucks ass. Not even as much as I love cars can I get into this thing. And then the end, kind of, I loved it because of the fucking cars. So, sidebar there. Last from the comments. Maria Menounos, of course, because
for fuck's sake,
Oh
bro.
my God,
we
dude,
have to
this
do the
guy.
weekly Maria Menounos shout out for Ty. And Conor McGregor, who I think now that the UFC and WWE are co-owned by Endeavor, that might be an actual possibility one day. Can he beat Roman Reigns?
No,
Yeah.
he could go do 205 live.
This point, I don't even think
That dude ain't
Jesus
very
could beat
big, man.
Roman.
Connor's not that big. He's not a big dude. He's not tall. I mean, that guy makes Dolph Ziggler look, masked up.
Damn. You know who made Dolph
And
Ziggler
Dolph
masked
waits
up?
for your
Going back
shirt off.
to you know who makes him look masked up? Going back to our earlier conversation, Sonny for like 10 hours this one time. If you listen to her story, anyway,
Dude,
off,
let it go.
off the
Let it
track
go.
on the Sunny Wing again. I'm
Yeah,
letting it go.
let's let it go. I'm
So,
sorry I even brought it up.
who do you guys think TV or movie character villains that could make a good heel in wrestling?
I don't know. I couldn't come up with a good answer.
We can't answer it, and
See,
yet we
I had
got
a
more
couple that I came up
responses.
with, but it just says more about the kind of movies I watched when I was younger and what the activities I was doing at the time I was watching those movies. So
Yeah, that's
thinking-
kind of why I'm feeling like I don't have one. That's like your
Right.
explanation. God,
I was gonna say Alonzo from Training Day.
All right. I can see that.
King Kong ain't got nothing on me. I've always been a big fan of Wesley Snipes playing Nino Brown in New Jack City. He had
Nino
some pretty
Brown
good
would make a
promo
good one.
lines. He had a couple pretty good promo lines, and that set your $5 ass down before I make change. The Joker, which I think was done by Sting, but it wasn't really a heel character. But I could see somebody kind of, maybe not the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, but like Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
That Joker, the timing, the rhythm to his cadence when he talked and all that other stuff. But I mean, it's kind of the funny thing about this question is, and I know DDJ knows this because he watches two things, movies and wrestling. Most wrestling characters are derived from, it's usually the other way around.
Yep.
Scott Hall was
Tony Montana, Scarface.
Tony Montana from Scarface. Sting was the Crow. We've had a couple other characters that were loosely based on, the movies and stuff that they did. So, I mean, it's usually either one inspiring the other or the other way around. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I can't really think of good heels because nowadays most of the stuff we have there really isn't any good heels anymore.
Yeah.
All the best heels are already working wrestling. So
that's the issue.
like
I mean, it's a good question, but it's just.
Yeah, the definition of heels has changed so much, so it's really, really hard. Like the first answer I had, who said Negan? Because that was like, okay, like that's one character. But I started going, I started going beyond that, and I was like, I don't know, because like there's people that you would, I mean, like if you just say what character would be like a great professional wrestling personality in general, like that opens it up a lot more, but having it specifically to a heel is a really tough question because that limits characters, it limits things. Like, because I thought this, I'm like, I'm over here, I'm balls deep in Yellowstone. You're gonna tell me that Rip Wheeler's not gonna be the most badass professional wrestler? Like,
fuck yeah,
Rip, yeah, dude. I mean, Rip gets all the best lines. Yeah, I love Yellowstone. Absolutely.
Oh, dude. So that I thought of that, and I'm like, oh, that would be perfect. But he's not really heel. He's like the anti-hero.
He's the anti-hero.
Yeah, man. He's more Stone Cold than he is heel. Yeah.
Right. Like,
or even Kevin Costner's character, man. He's kind of.
He's heelish.
He would kind of fall into that heelish stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, so yeah, it's really hard to just go with the heel. That's why I had so many problems with this. And then I'm like thinking back, I'm like, well, this character might work, but I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
But if we stick straight to heel, I think like Negan's a perfect character for that. And like just that portrayal, he's just smug when you first get him on screen. Like
I just thought of one. What's that kid from Game of Thrones?
Oh, not the kid.
The bastard. The bastard.
The bastard.
The one that marries takes over the North. What's his name?
Yeah, that's shit. The Battle of the Bastards. I'm getting there. I just can't.
That's
picture
it. That guy.
That fool. Yeah, the one that. Yeah.
That dude made me he'd be a monster heel. That character, dude. I mean, he cut a guy's dick off.
He cut his. Yeah. He
Greyjoy. No, not Theon Greyjoy.
No, not Greyjoy.
He's the one who lost
cut Theon's Winky off, man.
Yeah, he's the one who cut Theon. The
Yeah.
one who marries.
The fuck is his name? Joey, are you not a Game of Thrones fan? You like?
I am going to admit something that
Oh shit.
Ramsay
for a
Bolton.
guy,
Oh, Ramsey.
for a guy who's
Ramsay
like
Bolton.
played D&D for years and all that good shit. I've never watched Game of Thrones.
Oh, dude.
Don't look at
We
me
can't talk wrestling
Dude.
anymore tonight, man. We have to talk about why in the hell you have not, dude. You would love Game of Thrones.
It's so good.
I know. I actually, it's funny.
No, it really is. Go ahead.
I started watching fucking House of Dragons by accident. It was on HBO Max and it was just playing, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? Oh, this is really good." I had no idea. So I watched like 2 episodes, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty fucking dope." And then I was like, "Oh man, shit, that's the fucking Game of Thrones prequel." I'm like, I gotta go back and watch this fucking show. But then it's always something new. It's so difficult. Like I watched what's the show you told us to watch? The fucking
Which one? On Apple? Succession or not? Huh? Severance.
Severance.
Oh,
That's it.
yeah.
So,
Good.
so I start watching that and I'm like, oh fuck, this is so good. I'm balls deep into the new season of Ted Lasso right now. The Mandalorian, I just caught up on the last episode like tonight. So
Trust me
fuck.
when I tell you, when you start watching Game of Thrones, you will not stop until you're completely.
It'll
done.
consume you. Yeah, it's a great
And
show.
here's the thing. I'm just throwing this out there because you're not the only one. All right, I literally. I mean, and I've had HBO Max. As soon as they came out with it, I instantly got the app. I literally did not watch Game of Thrones until maybe a month after the final episode aired. And then I got laid off from work, and I thought, I'll give it a try.
You're just
I have watched it all the way through at least 4 times.
I'm in the
Yeah.
I'm in the vast minority of people who have not watched it. I know.
Yeah, dude, come on.
Yeah, it's
I know.
It's good.
But then
So-
I get stuck in a loop because then I'll go back and I'll watch every season of fucking Letterkenny because like I'm just in the mood for something funny.
Yeah.
So next thing I know, I'm like
Yeah.
fucking like 4 seasons in the Letterkenny in like 24 hours.
I'm like that with The Office, man, and Parks and Rec. Those are the two. Like when I need to laugh or I'm depressed, I just want to feel good.
Right.
I've looped The Office out of 8 times, 9 times, 10 times. I don't know how many
Dude.
times.
I love the Jim's Not Asian prank. I can watch that over.
I
and
just watched
over.
that episode. This morning.
I fucking love that.
But
Yeah, there was a lot of shows like that for me because Gabby loved Breaking Bad. When Breaking Bad was on, I was watching Sons of Anarchy,
I was too.
which is my all-time favorite show. All-time
Kurt
favorite.
Sutter, right up there with the Shield. The Shield, though,
Dude,
was so fucking good.
oh my god, yeah. So, and she was like, "We're gonna watch Breaking Bad, right?" And I'm like, "No, I watched Sons of Anarchy. That's what I'm watching." It took me, 5 years before I finally was like, "Fine, I'll watch it." I watched it all the way through once. Then I watched the El Dorado. I loved it. It was great TV. I probably won't watch it again.
Uh-huh.
because it just didn't have the same. Like for me, the Sons of Anarchy, the motorcycles and the motor gang, and that's more, you know. I mean, come on, dude, look at me. You know what I mean? It's like more my deal. So I mean, I've just always been into it, but it's a great show. But I didn't watch that until it had been off the air for years.
Yeah.
And she was like, she was the same way. She was like, how can you not watch the Breaking Bad?
So I'm gonna tell you this, because one of my answers comes from Game of Thrones. So whenever you watch it, Joey K, keep it in mind.
Is it the mountain?
It's the mountain. It's the mountain. Yeah.
The fucking mountain.
Dude, the mountain. Yeah, of course.
The mountain. I could see the mountain going against fucking the Undertaker, Kane, fucking the mountain, and
Well, dude, there was all kinds of great characters in that show, though, that could have kind of healed up. What's his name?
Yeah.
The guy who ran the whorehouse that was pretty much the instigator of everything that happened in the show. And I'm not going to give any of that away because he's not watched it yet. But his character, dude, was just conniving, scheming, just, Littlefinger.
Yeah, Littlefinger. He could be a good heel manager. I could see him being a manager. He could manage the fucking mountain.
He'd be a great heel manager for sure.
My other one comes from movies, man, and it's freaking Drago. Whether it's the new Drago from fucking Creed or the old Drago from Rocky, those Dragos would make a hell of a heel.
Well, they've already had one of those. That was Nikita Koloff. That was where his character came from.
Yeah,
you know,
but I mean, Koloff wasn't as cut as fucking Drago was. Drago was a fucking
he wasn't, but and he wasn't watching either. But that had nothing to do with it. Yeah,
right.
But the guy played I mean, you guys talk about an acting job. I mean, that guy, he sold it, man.
Hell yeah, he did. So no, those are some good ones, man. I think we got a lot of good action out of this question. Hopefully next week we get some good action again. I think I need to come up with something that's a little bit more wrestling centric, because there's not a lot of TV people out there that's, you know, into the movies and TV things. I know if Dennis was here, he'd probably rattle off like an hour worth.
Oh yeah, he'd be like, real quick, I want to bring up.
I can't forget about the guy from Police Academy 6.
And you know that's why he asked this question. I mean,
for sure.
So he could be like, all right, the last 8 movies I got in 4K each split my top. Okay.
I was sitting at home Saturday and I watched 5 movies.
6 hours later, we get to proceed to talk about the rest of the fucking AEW.
You know what? Let's get back into the AEW stuff, man. We've got this might help you, Marks, out down there. CM Punk news. I mean, if you believe it, Punk wants to do business if they're wanting to do business, and right now seems to be the best time with them having to sell out these big events.
Well, I mean, if they want to sell out Wembley,
yeah. So what are y'all's takes on Punk here?
I think Punk's just dick enough to go, yep, I'll come back and make money. I don't care if they like me or not. It's not like he's ever cared. So, of course, I want to, me as a Mark, as a CM Punk Mark and a CM Punk fan, I want to see him back. Man, I do. And AEW only benefits financially with him there.
He's claiming that he's willing to work with the elite and he's willing to work with everybody, man.
I think we can all agree, if we're being honest, the problem with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks were they're the top dogs. They're the guys. They were the talent. They're the ones that the showcase was built around. And Punk came in and nobody gave a shit about him. And that hurt their little feelings, their little blow-dried hair plug, feelings of, whatever their problem is. And it's just like, that's what it was. Well, we don't like him. Well, that's fine, dude. I get it. No, you don't have to like him, but you got to work with him.
Yeah.
Because he was the best thing that happened to your company since the company opened. Cody's gone. Cody's gone. And let's be honest, Kenny and Young Bucks aren't exactly burning it up right now. They're literally rebuilding a storyline. They took the most popular faction in the company and have now sent them to beat everybody up. Mm-hmm. just so they could flip Kenny and the Young Bucks face. To go, so they can make Mox and those guys that they've literally rearranged their entire what's going on because they're the EVPs and they can't be watch it. Hey, if you don't believe me, watch AEW All Access and just listen to them talk about how they don't know how their career is going to be and this is a black eye and we don't know if we're going to get it back. Well, you don't deserve it back, you little bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't take credit for any of it.
Damn.
And you were just as guilty as those guys. I'm not saying Punk's not guilty in this, man. He is. He's just you don't bury your company. You don't pick fights with your coworkers. That's just a general rule.
Yeah.
Don't matter whether you work at McDonald's or AEW. But you damn sure don't go high, go start shit in the locker room and then turn around and try not to say it wasn't your fault. You went in there looking for a fight.
Yeah. Joey K, what do you got?
Oh, come on. I mean, if they don't bring it, if Punk doesn't come back, they're not selling at Wembley.
They're not selling at Wembley.
Honestly, I think the whole fucking All In announcement, like, I think it's shit the bed. It's shit the bed to me because I'm like, wait a second. I understand everybody's on the fucking AEW hype train. All the AEW stands are fucking losing their shit, just jerking off with fucking Tony Khan's fucking Coke snot. And like, that's one for TikTok.
Have fun bleeping that one out, baby.
Put that on a t-shirt.
That ain't making it to a TikTok. I'm telling you that right now.
That's my challenge to Gabby right there. Like, figure out how to edit that one together. No, but like,
you have to bleep out half the sentence.
The honest truth is, like, they can't fucking sell out Wembley. I'm sorry, I just don't see it, and more power to them. And if they do, amazing, congrats. I'm thrilled for that. I love it, but I don't see it happening without CM Punk. And if you don't have,
I don't know how they
Punk and FTR against the Elite.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it with the roster the way it is right now. I mean, just the way it is right now, with the way things are going and the way things are being booked, how you sell out Wembley with. I'm open to any kind of suggestion. House of Black versus who? Mox and Claudio and Wheeler Yuta against who? Are we gonna watch Darby Allin and MJF or Jungle Boy and MJF? Does anybody think that should be on the marquee at Wembley Stadium? I mean, didn't the WWE do a pay-per-view at Wembley years ago?
Yeah,
they did a Mania, right? That was when the Road Warriors won, and
that was SummerSlam.
SummerSlam.
Okay.
Yeah, SummerSlam 92, right? 92.
Brett and the Bulldog.
Yeah.
They don't got Brett, and they don't have the Bulldog either. They don't even have close. So I mean, we're looking Hobbs and Wardlow.
Well, I mean, and then
that's not shitting on them. That's not shitting on them because I'll go.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying it's
Yeah, no, I get you. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not shitting on them. It's just like that's not selling out 80,000 seats.
No, that'll sell out the Now Arena in Chicago.
Yeah, 20, 25, cool.
No, it's like 6. It's like 6,000.
I'm just saying. Like, if you go to a 20,000 seat arena, like here, like Wells Fargo in Philly, yeah, that'll sell out there. Okay, cool.
The biggest crowd they've had was what? It was Chicago at the
United Center right? For Punk's return.
That's the biggest crowd they've ever had for any show,
and that was like 20,000 people.
And
I think you guys are underestimating the underutilization of the European market. Those guys have been dying for a good wrestling show in a good while. Some of those guys really love Pac. I mean, you put the bastard Pac in anything, they'll go to see him. Will Ospreay has already said he wants to do it. Oh, go ahead.
Pac hasn't been around since they lost the trios belt.
Yeah, that's true, but that's because he's in England and he's not being used right now.
Yeah.
So if they bring him over, he stays for a chunk of time and works every week, and then he's gone for a while, and then he comes back.
Yeah.
That's set.
For it to be, and I get what you're saying with Pac, but he'd have to be here working to build up ahead of time.
But I
Well,
mean, that's
I
the
think
thing.
that would work,
Go
though.
ahead.
It would
Go ahead.
work.
Because they bring him
It
in
might.
June, July, and beginning of August, and then he goes back to All In Wembley, and like he goes there. Maybe they fly him back for All Out, and then he's off again.
Yeah.
So that could actually work with his time frame of it.
Yeah. And then, man, you got to think the British wrestlers that they have here, right? Hayter was big over there in Britain. You've got fucking Superbad. What's his name? Dingus with the box on his head that I thought they misused.
Fucking holy shit! Why is my mind?
I mean, the
going
one that's engaged to the stripper.
He's married her, yeah. The one that
Yeah,
married the stripper.
married
What's
the
his
stripper.
name? Sabian. Kip Sabian.
Yep, Sabian.
If
They
there
got
was
Saraya.
ever
If
Yeah,
we're hanging our hopes
Saraya.
to selling out Wembley on Kip Saban, then we got a problem.
well, no, I'm just saying.
No, true, but
It's an accumulation. It's not just that one person is going to sell out that stadium.
yeah, that it's going to take a full
you
card.
know,
That's what you're
Saraya.
trying to say is
And
that
Punk.
show in Wembley is
And
probably going
Punk.
to be like WrestleMania 1.
Exactly.
It's just going to be a bunch of people that they might want to see, like Will Ospreay, and we're talking if those people
Saraya.
there are. We're talking now. See, that might be one worth bringing up because she is huge overseas. I mean,
hell, do a Rumble and put her brother in it. I don't give a fuck. That'll get people there.
dude, I'd love to see her brother get a contract. I've watched his matches on YouTube from over there. I mean, guy's a great worker. I don't understand why he hasn't had an opportunity in the States.
Well, hold on now, Mark. I just said to put him in the Rumble, not give him a contract.
No. I'm just saying, like, the guy can work. He should get an opportunity,
But yeah, I think can they fill it
I like
out?
how you're always a fan and I'm always a mark. How the fuck does that work out?
I call my Markness. Don't bullshit.
And it was you because I said this only works with CM Punk coming back, and I didn't see any marks come up.
I don't see it working without him, but
I think Punk makes it. He will legitimize it. Punk will make it to where, without a doubt, people are going to go to see Punk. But my thing is, you have to do that thing like the Last Dance. Don't announce him. Don't lead into it heavily and suggest it's going to be Punk. Do everything you can, but say CM Punk is going to be there.
What is the FTR mystery partner? Is that what we're
exactly? FTR mystery partner taking on fucking whoever they want to fucking face. I don't give a damn at that point.
I hope it's the Masked Assassin too. Fuck.
Yeah. No, come on.
Well, Nick Aldis, man. I mean, he's not.
Aldis isn't signed anywhere. Yeah, that's a good one, dude.
He'd be one that could be. I mean, he's big over there, dude. I mean, that's his home country, right?
Yeah. What's Rockstar Spud doing? He's also big down there.
I'm pretty sure he's in NXT doing laundry.
Poor guy.
Nah, he's probably in his smoke show wife.
He's watching.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's doing real well.
He's washing towels at the training center, bro. I mean, he's not.
I can't help that. Like that's just the truth, man.
That guy won life. He doesn't care about wrestling.
He fucking won.
Oh shit! Let's keep this one here because this is a little bit of a AEW/ROH/ everyone. Aussie Open, your new your new IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions of the world, gentlemen. The Aussies are coming. What do we think on Aussie Open?
Well, they're gonna fight the best friends Friday night, right?
Yep, they will be fighting best friends on Rampage.
I think there's a really good possibility they're gonna lose those belts to FTR at some point.
Oh wow, you think FTR comes back for all the belts, huh?
I think they got 4 years, man, and they still consider themselves, and I think we can all agree they're the best tag team in the world right now. I don't know that. I mean, as good as the Aussie Open is, and they are, I give them that. They're not here enough in the States to make a dent in anything. So when they do show up, it's a good time, but they always lose here. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
they're here to build up our teams, not, you know what I mean? They're not. Now, if Ospreay's with them, different story altogether. If he's there with them and they got their little faction going and stuff, I could see him making a big dent in the universe. But if it's just them. You know, I mean, they're a great tag team, and I love watching them. But we seen more action out of them at the GCW show than we have anywhere else.
It's true. Unfortunately, that is true.
And I don't know that you actually do they qualify as a GCW product, or they're just working there because they're getting the opportunities. You know what I mean? I mean, they're tough dudes, but I don't see them going hardcore either all the time.
Yeah,
they're workers, man.
They'll work.
And I mean, they're like, you know, more of like the Hart family. That style that they wrestle is more of like Stu Hart, you know, Canadian dungeon kind of, very tactical, very crisp, very sharp, but they're brawlers too. So I think, you know, they tell a good story.
Joey is dying up there. Joey K, what do you got, man? You look like you want to get something off your chest.
I mean, congrats to them. They are the best mid-card destined tag team to win the IWGP tag titles in years. I mean, so tip of the cap to you guys. They are, I mean, they're
Terry Gorey and Buddy Roberts to Will Ospreay, man. I mean,
yeah,
they're good workers, and they should get more credit than what they get, but they're just not gonna.
I don't know. I just don't. That's just not my thing. I just can't. I try, but I can't get behind it. It is what it is. But we were chatting before you jumped in the pre-show, man. It's like, yo, Gato loves his foreigners, man. Like, so, like, there we go.
Yeah,
new IWGP tag team champs. You know that it is what it is, man.
It is, man.
I don't know. See, it's like such an average comment because it's such an average tag team, and it's I can't. Yeah, oof, fuck.
Like I said, I don't really consider them average, but I just don't.
That's fair.
I don't consider them FTR.
They're not ham and eggers, but they're not an all-time great.
Yeah, they're not. You know, they're somewhere between
Finjuice and
the fabulous Rougeau brothers.
Oh, damn. The Rougeaus. Okay, Dennis.
And yeah, I got nothing.
Bushwhackers. Why not the Bushwhackers? Just because it's
R.I.P. Butch.
R.I.P. Butch. Anyway,
and that was for DDJ. Just so in case anybody knew, that last comment was for DDJ.
Oh, he's a Rougeau mark.
He's always here with us in spirit. Makes me want to break out some merch and show you guys my latest merch. Anyway,
I got a new belt on the wall right there.
Oh, I see it. Is it that big gold thing back there?
Big gold, baby. Made it to the wall.
See, Joey K, what we were talking about earlier, that's the kind of belt you hold up afterwards. Mm-hmm. Damn right.
Right on.
Acknowledge it.
That's happened a couple times too.
Fucking knew it. Oh my goodness.
But yes,
bare ass naked. It's happened.
He's not lying.
Not lying.
And there is the confirmation.
Hey, dude.
Calm down, Ric Flair.
When you get him to tap, you celebrate that shit. You raise the belt, brother. That's all I'm saying.
I think I'm gonna high five both of you when I get to Chicago.
Just for admitting that. That's going on TikTok. Oh shit. Parental advisory. Oh shit. But anyways, with Aussie Open, guys, I'm in the same boat kind of as Joey K, man. I've seen them lose a lot more than I've seen them win.
Yeah.
I've seen them look good.
Right,
I've also seen them look trash.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing how booking can affect the team because at times they look really strong and at times they just, they're feeder fodder.
Javon, I'll ask you this. Doesn't it feel like when they're on American TV, they're the shits? Like, I feel like when they're on AEW, they're the shits. Yeah. But when they're in a New Japan
they've
product,
lost to everybody on AEW.
Yeah, but they're not even good. Like, what was there was one tag match that was so just ugly and sloppy. I can't remember. I'll think of it at some point. But and
even
that's
the trios match that they had with Will Ospreay when he was coming back, was horrible.
Yeah, and
but dude, everybody looks
then,
slow and bad at standing next to Will Ospreay, man. I mean, the guy's, I mean, he's just heads and shoulders above everybody else.
Yeah, and I'll accept that point. But like, I just feel it. But do you watch them on New Japan?
They look strong.
They look real good.
Yeah, you see them on GCW. They put in some great performances.
No.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just real fucking.
I don't know if I'd go with great. I mean, they show out for GCW and everything that they've done that I've seen, but I don't think they've ever won in GCW.
They have showings though,
which is funny because I mean, at the time when we when we went to that show in Chicago, it was the Briscoes. I knew 2 teams.
Yeah,
well, 2.5. Because I knew Mance Warner and he tagged with somebody.
You didn't know Southern Justice, the full team?
I didn't know Southern Justice at that time because I've only ever seen him wrestle singles. And then I knew the Briscoes were there, which was so great that we got to see them because that was my one and only time getting to see those guys wrestle live. And I'm so grateful that we got to see that at least once, knowing now what we know. And them. And I think they were eliminated. And I think they were eliminated 2nd or 3rd in the match. And there were a couple guys in there that the partner was a chick. I can't even they lasted longer than Aussie Open.
That's Bussy. F-E-N.
Okay, yeah.
Alley Catch.
Okay, Alley Cats, yeah.
Yeah.
They lasted longer.
She's a beast.
They lasted longer than Aussie Open. So when a chick lasts longer in a match and you're
I feel like that's most common for guys.
Yeah. They didn't put in the work, buddy.
Unless you're really putting in the work.
Yeah.
Which some of us have no problem with. Just throwing that out there. In fact, I would say all 3 of us on this show.
There's 5 of those. There's 5 of those there.
Put in the work.
Gentlemen, I will pause for 1 second.
Well, he's gonna go get his belt.
He's gonna have. I'm scared to see what he has actually.
Yeah, I don't know what
Philly. He's gonna pull out a freaking.
When you get gifts like this.
Oh my god!
When you receive gifts and items such as this, then you're putting the fucking work in. So as much as I do appreciate your title belt collection, sir. By the way, this candle actually smells like bacon. Just a heads up. So. And if you haven't noticed, it's been back here on my shelf every episode.
Oh my god! I don't think it counts though if you buy the candle yourself, though, Joe.
Trust me, that was a gift.
He said it was well earned.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Eat your heart out, Cody Rhodes.
You really are putting in the work, big dog.
Put in the work. Tell Cody we finished the story here, my friends.
There you go, baby.
You know what? That's
transitioning
from there, man, about finishing the story. And I'm sorry, Cody, take a dig at you. I'm fucking Cody Mark, but it is what it is because somebody did actually finish the story recently. Sanada, our brand new NJPW heavyweight champion, beat Okada for the belt.
Who had that on their bingo card for 2023? Not this guy for sure.
Man.
Dude, how do you go from being, he lost his last belt due to injury to come back and beat Okada? It's a fucking shift. You didn't even get your old belt back, but you beat Okada.
I kind of feel like it was time. Am I the only one that feels like it was time for Okada to?
Dude, it's been time for Okada to let go of belts.
Yeah,
I can't believe they keep giving him belts. Okada is like the Japanese Ric Flair. They keep just putting it on.
No, he's the Japanese Hulk Hogan, man. Flair earned those belts. Hogan, they keep bringing him back and putting them on because he can sell T-shirts.
Fair.
Okada is Hogan, bro. I mean, he's the Japanese Hulk Hogan. I'm not. He was great when he was younger, but now it's just the shtick is the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hogan's still walking around with hair sewed into the back of his bandana. Come on, man.
How long until we get an Okada beach shop?
I'm trying to think of a clever name and I can't. I'm like, God damn, that was so off guard.
Yes, that's
Jimmy Hart's in there too.
Oh yeah.
Hey Bubba.
Sonny,
hey Bubba.
Sonny Ono.
Come on, take my buddy Okada
Sonny
out,
Ono. Okada
It's Sonny Ono. It's Sonny Ono.
He gets Sonny Ono instead. It's so fucked up.
It's true.
Got to stick together, man. Got to do what you got to do.
Got to stay together, man.
Can't be like Virgil just pimping out the Olive Garden.
Dude.
We'll work for breadsticks, that motherfucker. Anyway.
Hey, congrats to Sanada, but
feels weird, doesn't it?
I
mean,
real fucking weird.
Your fucking heavyweight champion is Sanada.
Well, we'll see how
who's
going to
take it off of him. Anybody?
How long it left.
Literally, I feel like anybody could take this belt off of him at this point. I don't even care who it is. I feel like anybody is open game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dude, it's all going to come down to how much rice and shit they sell at their next pay-per-view. I mean, if the concessions are down, they're going to move them. And that wasn't a dig at Chinese people. I mean, that's just what they serve there. I just mean like when the concessions and shit go down. Japanese. When it goes down, but that's how they make their decisions there, man. It's all based on business. They're like Fritz von Erich in Dallas, man. If you're not making money, then we got to put the belt on somebody else or find somebody else and pretend he's our kid, you know. Whatever you got to do to
Dingo Warrior it again.
To make a living. Yeah, Dingo Warrior it or pretend like our son has both feet. I don't know.
Hey. Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich was still better than half of the other wrestlers with only one leg. How you get your ass kicked by a one-legged man?
I'm not digging on him. I'm just saying, Fritz
come up there and beat the shit out of you.
Dude, I am a huge Von Erich mark. Dude, you know that. I'm just saying Fritz didn't have a problem making decisions based on business.
Yeah, Fritz was very carny. Fritz was very carny.
That's
like a shooting gallery, carny.
Jesus Christ.
It's a very, very bad pick of words there with the way the family went, buddy.
The fact that a few Von Erichs became a shooting gallery. Jesus Christ, man.
You guys are being a little sensitive. Maybe you guys need to, take something, calm down, have a couple beers, cover up by a river or a lake, and just
get some bush heavy and get on it. Shout out to Shane and the Bush Heavies.
Oh my God, I'm going to hell for that one.
Okay. All right. Let's wrap this up in a nice big bow. Let's finish this with the Cody Rhodes thing going, because they had the Dusty, and I know you guys probably seen it, the Dusty Rhodes A&E story, which fucking beautiful. And
it's on my DVR. I still haven't watched it. I haven't had time this week, so
grab the tissue boxes.
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
He prioritized other stuff.
It's been a real busy week.
It's been a real busy week.
Hasn't been able to watch Dusty Rhodes, but he watched Ass Blasters 5.
It was 2 hours long, Bubba. I don't have that time right now. Give me this weekend to it. I know I will this weekend, but
well, you need to, if you haven't watched it yet, not just Joey K, but everybody, you need to watch it because it's
it's amazing.
That might be the toughest. That might be the toughest one that I've watched. Just because it was just so.
It was emotional. They even had Dustin in it.
It was, yeah, dude. I'm not gonna lie. My big ass was crying from 5 minutes in until pretty much the end of it. I was wiping away tears. Gabby and I was watching it together, and the kids came home, and she took them all upstairs, and I was so relieved because I felt like way less of a bitch crying by myself than crying in front of my wife. Watching her. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's just there's so much to that story and who he was as a person, and You know, I mean, that's what I love about those kind of shows is like, I mean, I know kayfabe is important to pro wrestling. I really do. But I mean, just to get to know who these people are, I mean, to know that that guy had to be on all the time.
Yeah.
And then also, you know, and just, you know, how much I revered him and how talented he was and what an impact he had on me as a kid, even into my adult life. And then, he struggled with so many things, being a good father and just a lot of stuff that I relate to and things that I went through. And I mean, if that guy can't, if somebody like that has a hard time doing the day to day, then that makes me feel a lot better about, how my life has been and the decisions I've made. So I just, yeah, man. I mean, and not just that, but just from a wrestling standpoint too. I mean, the guy's one of the greatest to ever do it. And I know he didn't win 16 championships and all that shit, but Ric Flair don't exist without Dusty Rhodes. You just don't, because that was, in my opinion, one of the greatest feuds in the history of wrestling was Dusty versus the Horseman, Dusty versus Rick.
No, man, I get it. They're synonymously linked, man. Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes. That's history. So there's no other way to say it.
Yeah.
That's history. Kind of what's going to tie into my final thoughts tonight. I'm going to touch on that a little bit, but definitely if you haven't watched it, go out and see it. A little bit of WWE news before we shoot into finals. If you are paying attention to the lineups, it looks like now Cody versus Brock for the chance to fight Roman. I don't get why. I don't get the loss at WrestleMania still. I don't get this new build-up. I don't get the new story. I don't get Brock. But it's what they want to do. It's in Puerto Rico. Cody and Brock, WrestleMania Backlash.
The only thing that I can think of, the only justification I can think of, is there was actually something brought up in the Dusty biography. There was something that Cody was talking about how his whole career was about the chase. And if there's one thing that Dusty could do was draw you in and make you feel and make you believe. And, every time he went after a belt or became a world champion, the 3 times that he did. And granted, the number of days that he was a heavyweight champion were very limited. I mean, I think they're on par with like Mick Foley, maybe a month and a half, maybe 2 months out of his entire career. He was a world champion. Like he was like US champion and tag champion and a 6-man and a TV, but to be the man, the big goal, the 10 pounds, it was very limited time that he had the belt, but that was his character. And that's why people loved him, it was the chase, man. And everybody went with him. And part of me kind of feels like that's what's going on here. Like him and Triple H sat down and said, all right, what do you want to do when you come back? And Cody goes, I want to pay tribute to my dad, and I want to do it this way.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. Obviously we don't know. And we're not even sure if this is even going to come to fruition based on what's going on in WWE right now with creative control and the things that are going on there behind the scenes that we have no idea about. But, I hope this story isn't over. I hope Cody gets the chance to carry the strap because he's earned it. Yeah. He's earned the opportunity, even for a short period of time, to be able to say, I held the belt, just like he did with the NWA and New Japan and all them other ones, man, that he's held. I think Cody's about business.
Yeah.
And
he gets the business. He'll get putting somebody over. Putting somebody over, beating Cody Rhodes will be a big deal if Cody Rhodes gets the strap off of Roman.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't get the Brock thing. That just seems like that just came out of nowhere. Somebody just went, hey, let's send Brock out there to kick his ass.
Yeah. Brock probably has a few more dates left on that contract and they're trying to utilize him.
I'm sure. And I think it was just kind of add insult to injury. Let's really pile it on him. He lost it. He lost at Mania. Now let's bury him with Brock and, make him work that way. And then, maybe they're trying to make him look more
Working man.
sympathetic, or whatever. Whatever
Common
the case
man.
is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, we're right at about time. Who wants to start on our final thoughts?
I actually have a couple. If you want to let me go, and then you guys can finish strong.
Oh, you're
But they'll
gonna
be
take
quick.
Dennis's time too. Go for it.
No, because I don't say real quick that many times.
Don't worry. I'll be right back. I'm just getting a drink.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you ain't gonna want to hear this anyway. You're just gonna be irritated.
I can still hear it. I mean,
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know him.
So I'm flipping through my news feed the other day, Jovan,
Yeah.
and I come across this article. NWA's Billy Corgan. His comment is, most of the heat around Tyrus is political.
you don't say.
Well, that wasn't my response. My response was like, no shit. I basically the story, and if you read it, if you go to your news feed and just type in NWA Billy Corgan, this will pop up. So if you want to read the article yourself, I encourage you to do so. Because, basically what he's saying is that Tyrus hasn't crossed the line with politics or caused any harm to the NWA other than the fact that he can't work, he can't talk, and he's an idiot. And
points.
not only is he still trying to downplay basically with what the article is him kind of downplaying, saying, no, of course I didn't put the belt on him because he's on Fox News.
Mm-hmm.
Let me.
Not only did he do that, Jovan, but he compared him to Ernie Ladd and Andre the Giant.
The fuck out of here.
I'm not kidding.
How?
Just
Does he say how?
He says Tyrus brings that old school heat that an Ernie Ladd brought or an Andre the Giant brought.
Number one, fuck yourself. Ernie Ladd, the first ever African American acknowledged champion.
Both were faces.
Yeah.
They were both faces for most of their career.
Andre the Giant, the biggest spectacle. The Giant freaking people loved him. He wasn't a heel.
He was never a heel until even when he was wrestling Hogan in 3, he was
people still loved him.
Still loved him, man. So I mean, this is I don't know if it's just blatant ignorance or just a willful intolerance of the truth, or if he just simply does not give a shit and he's just saying these things so people go, oh, okay, well then maybe he can wrestle, because he can't. All right. His match with Chris Adonis at the pay-per-view. I'm going to go ahead and spoil it. If you haven't watched it, I'm going to go ahead and spoil it for you. So the man's so fat that Chris Adonis can't put the master lock on him. Like he legit can't do it. And when he does finally get the master lock on him, and when he does that, to literally get the hold on, Tyrus has to slide down and then move his arms close together to allow him to get the hold on. And it was pretty obvious when you watch the clip. How he wins the match is Tyrus can't break the hold. Big surprise. Bat fuck. So what he does is he just falls backwards and lands on top of Chris Masters, the bodybuilder, the weightlifter, and gets the 1, 2, 3 count because Chris ain't strong enough to get Tyrus's fat ass off of him.
I mean, if you looked at the photo of it, he's pretty engulfed.
Yeah, well, so's the thong up his ass. That's not my issue with it. My problem is don't say that you didn't put the belt on him. He's trying to say that the reason why Tyrus has got the belt on him is because he earned it and he's a great worker. Yeah. And he's got Ernie Ladd, Andre the Giant heat, whatever that means. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But my problem mostly with it is just him just willfully saying, no, that's not why I did it. Of course that's why you did it. Of course it is. So
I just don't know. You point to two of the biggest faces in the company, and if Ernie Ladd's heat was because he was an African American male, I mean I guess that's a different kind of heat than I would be thinking. You also had
and Andre's heat came because he was what, English?
yeah. I mean they've had people who had actual heat win that belt, and I love him personally, but not a lot of people were fans of Harley Race. I loved Harley Race. I loved Harley. Harley was a man.
Harley was a man, dude. He was a man.
Thank you. But you have actual heels that have won this fucking belt that if you wanted to, you could point to and say, hey, he's got this kind of heel heat, but you didn't. You picked faces, which
Murdoch,
I don't get.
Man. Dick Murdoch's son.
Yeah.
He had a run with it. And there's a guy that, I know he ain't like your poster boy, bodybuilder, whatever. But the guy can work. I mean, he is a legit worker, tough guy. And I thought when they put the belt on him, that was really great. That was one of the few times that I thought, man, Billy Corgan knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because the guy can work, and he was a heel, and he worked heel, and he did real well with it.
Yeah.
But I just, dude,
it just made no
I'd
sense.
have more respect for him if he just come out and said, well, of course I put the belt on him because he's on Fox News. I'm trying to get as many eyes on the product as I can.
Right. Be honest about it.
Yeah, just be upfront about it. Don't pretend like this guy's a worker.
Because he's not.
If he's a worker, he wouldn't be in the NWA.
Yeah. And it's bad to where the WWE, and he could say he felt, and then this is another thing. There's an interview with him talking about how he was telling Dusty that he felt disrespected by the Brodus Clay Funkadactyls and Funkasaurus gimmick. And Dusty said, go out there and put yourself over. And he's like, Dusty told him, do you think I wanted to put on the polka dots? He said, no, but I got polka dots over. He said, polka dots are cool because of Dusty Rhodes. And he told the guy, go out there and do it. Fucking go out there and shake your ass and do whatever you got to do. Become that Funkasaurus. But if that dude had any inkling of talent, anything, he would still be with the WWE, dude.
Yeah, he ain't Dusty Rhodes. I mean,
no, he's a far stretch away.
No, I mean, like, it would be different if the guy couldn't wrestle, but he had a promo, because we've had plenty of those guys.
Yeah.
We've had plenty of those guys that could talk their asses, like Eddie Kingston.
Oh, that's a low blow. I think Eddie.
No. I'm not comparing him to him. I'm just saying, like, Eddie Kingston isn't Bret Hart or Daniel Bryan or even Adam Cole. Eddie's a brawler. He's more of a Jerry Lawler style wrestler. He's not
Eddie
catch a can. He's not a high flyer. He's not
misplaced.
But his promo, what the reason why we love Eddie is because when he gets on the mic and he talks, we believe what he's saying.
Yeah.
And that's why that little chubby bastard can get in the ring and have a fight, and we're always rooting for him. He's a fighter.
Eddie
he's
Kingston
not a worker.
Is a 92 wrestler. Eddie Kingston should have been in the King's Row.
Yeah. Yeah, Eddie Kingston ended up in the wrong generation of wrestling, unfortunately.
Oh, absolutely.
Big time.
Absolutely. But my point is like, if Tyrus could at least talk,
it would be better for you.
I mean, this guy's claim to fame is he was Snoop's bodyguard.
Yep. Use Snoop's name too. Calvin Brodus Clay. Come on now.
Yeah. I mean, everything about what he does and how he does it is based on what I did and who I knew. And, it's not talent, and they still say former WWE wrestler. That guy hasn't worked for the WWE in 15 years.
Yeah.
You know who's a former WWE wrestler?
Maria Menounos.
Honky Tonk Man.
Honky Tonk Man, yeah.
You knew I was going to get one in.
We need to fucking watch that fucking gimmick battle royal where he does the commentary coked out of his mind. I mean, like we have to do that like on a show one day. It's so.
Yeah, live
So I'm gonna let you go. And here, real quick, and I'm gonna let it go. You guys can do your thing. I've been going for about 8 minutes, and I'm done. That was
There you
my
go,
rant.
Dennis.
And I was doing pretty good. I feel like I did pretty good, not like losing my mind and yelling and screaming and getting mad, because I know I kind of went off the rails the last time I talked about this guy. But I am going to tell you this, that my next question that you idiots probably won't answer on Facebook is who shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame? Just so I have a legit reason to rag on Hillbilly Jim.
Jim.
And the Honky Tonk Man.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Santana.
Reba.
Dude, that's a hard question because there's so many fucking people.
So many people.
So many.
Coco Beware.
Oh,
whoa,
whoa, hey.
Whoa.
Hey, leave the Birdman alone.
Never won a title, never done anything. He didn't do anything, dude.
Oh, low blow.
Didn't do anything.
You
And I'm not saying that's his fault. I'm just
Frank.
saying he didn't do anything. Not only did he not do anything in WWF, but he really didn't do shit anywhere else either.
It's a low blow, man. Not with Coco.
Well, it's only low if you're saying that I'm lying.
Well, we'll bring it up when we had that question.
That's what I thought.
We'll talk about it when DDJ is here to spill all the facts on Coco's
Oh, dude,
illustrious
yeah.
career.
BDJ will be chomping at the bit to have that discussion.
I
Sure.
bet.
It'll be a whole hour on this topic alone.
Yeah.
Joey K, final thought.
My final thought. Did you guys watch the last episode of The Mandalorian? So fucking good. Like, so fucking good.
No, Dennis, we haven't watched it yet.
That's great.
Very, very fucking thrilled. I suggest watching that.
Yeah.
It's a good
Thanks for
final
tuning in.
I haven't watched
That's
it
a
yet.
great
I gotta
fucking
watch the
final
entire
thought.
season.
It's the second to last episode, the penultimate episode. Let's go. It was fucking fire. I am excited for the finale. We're going to do this shit.
Oh, this is great. All right. Anyways, back to the wrestling. No.
Also, one thing.
Real quick.
Real quick. Brodus Clay can literally drink a gallon of fucking whale cum every day and die of syphilis, and I could care less. Absolute fucking atrocity that he's the NWA champion.
While I love the fact that you agree with me, that was just a really, really like graphic.
He is a master of his words.
Funny,
I'm
so much for
educated,
final
John.
thoughts making it on TikTok.
I'm highly educated, and I know a thing or two about whale cum.
Dude, you know what highly educated people never say? I'm highly educated.
About whale cum.
Oh, shit. Well,
he's an absolute fucking waste of space and time.
We're definitely not taking him to the aquarium when he comes to visit, honey.
Nope. Banned for life. But
banned from life. Then Wells, they can't even look at him right anymore.
All right. I got that same loving intensity right here all day, every day.
That's how he got that candle.
Oh my God.
No, it's a different candle for a different candle for a different story.
Anybody seriously thinking about offering us a contract, it's got to be on Sirius XM Radio.
Yeah, there's no way.
There's no way in fucking hell that any of us should be put on regular radio.
No, that dumb button to get worn out day one.
Oh yeah, honestly,
we'd be fined so much money by the FCC. We'd never see a check.
Dude, we would be shot by the FCC.
Here's your royalties check from all your shirt sales. We'll take that. Thank you.
They'd be like, Yeah, they would just be pulling out all the stops. Fucking Ice would be kicking down Javon's door. Like, it would be fucking like.
I was born in East LA.
Yeah, like Javon's like, whoa. It's cool. I know I'm in Texas, but I'm Puerto Rican.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Go to my neighbor's house, bro, which happens to be my aunt's house. So I'm fucking that.
My real name's Steve.
Steve.
Who's Jovan?
Yeah.
My name's Lewis.
All right. Well, speaking of pulling out
Lewis
and never
Smith.
stopping, Jovan.
Pulling out, never stopping. That's something I'm master at. Anyway, five kids. Hey, you're doing it, buddy. Some weak game down there.
No, it's not weak.
He's got the belt.
He's got the belts to prove it.
It's all good.
Five time.
I'm gonna leave it right here. Dude, the best part was Sean's face.
When he like literally opened it up and went, "It smells like bacon." That's the only thing. That's the only thing that I couldn't wrap my brain around.
You should have gone. I remember her already.
I wonder if fucking.
And I love that you keep it by your dad, the man, the myth, the legend frame up there. That's awesome.
Yeah, it speaks to the legend.
Fuck.
Call me sick fuck.
You sick fuck.
Oh fuck.
Just so everyone knows, I keep it turned around normally when any of my children are in this home.
Well, I'm sure you did. That's how the children were created, weren't they?
Before the
somebody was turned around.
Well, a couple of them actually, yeah. But for the show, I actually spin it around.
That's showbiz, ladies and gentlemen. Showbiz.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. Had a great night.
Just digging a hole, brother. We're just digging a hole.
Dude, poor DDJ is gonna be like, you guys really kind of fucking just.
I'm never letting you guys.
No, I'm just be glad you're not fucking with him this week. I'm sure that's he's just glad you're not picking on him.
Well, DJ, get well soon,
Love
buddy.
you, buddy. Get feeling better.
Yeah.
Hope you're feeling better and you're here next week. My final thoughts, a little bit of sad news, ladies and gentlemen. We have been informed by Mr. John Bullard, the owner and operator of Chicagoland Championship Wrestling, also known as CCW, that their May 21st show in Berwyn, Illinois is going to be canceled and rescheduled due to personal health reasons for Mr. Bullard. They're going to have to, cancel the show on the 21st and redo it maybe sometime in the summer, which means, unfortunately, the boys of Shootin' Shit are not going to be able to go to the show because the show will not be going on that weekend. But Chicago, lock your doors, hide your wives and your daughters, because the train rolls on. We may not have a show, but Joey K has a ticket that he can't get refunded.
Oh my God! He's his shirt off.
Let's go!
God damn! I'm glad
we're still going to be in Chicago,
Zoom, baby. God, that camera.
I mean, just that. Good night, everybody. God damn it.
Be sure to check us out on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@SHOOTINGSHT. Find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/groups/SHOOTINSHT. And you can buy your official Shootin' Shit shirt at www.prowrestlingtees.com/SHOOTINSHT. And thanks for watching.